today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go. Now to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
A play fake. Now McNabb. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. The Falcon offense about ready to go to work here for the first time, and leading them as he has since 2008 is the veteran quarterback, former MVP, Matt Ryan.
And when you start with listing a guy's accomplishments like Matt Ryan's, all these years in the league, near the top of the league in completions and percentage, touchdowns each and every year, has won an MVP, taken his team to the Super Bowl. You're talking about a guy who might be finished, but he still has gas left in the tank. Big right arm, great leader, the face of his franchise.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. To throw is Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Working with a 2nd and 3. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. McNabb to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 68 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Anderson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Anderson.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Ryan's throw taken in by Ridley here. That catch good for only a couple. From the 38, Ryan. It's complete to his big target, Crumpler. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Ryan to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
On 1st down, it's McNabb. And he finds his tight end, Salek. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To throw, McNabb. Ertz over the middle. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Wright. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Four yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. Ryan. Throw caught there by Crumpler. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A slant to Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Anderson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Here's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play calling. Kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Ryan. Touchdown! Seven-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
A try here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And able to get this out to the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll turn and give this to McCoy running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, here's McNabb. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Atlanta regains possession of the football. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after 1, right here on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Ryan. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. They had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
The Falcons set to get things rolling on defense again here. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now McNabb. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Macklin. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Here's McNabb. He completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan. And the timing a bit off. Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, McNabb. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. A couple of 1st downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. This give is to McCoy. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now it's McNabb. Looking for the out route. It's complete to Macklin. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They go back to the ground with McCoy. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. McNabb. And this is Selleck here with the ground. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
First and 10, McNabb caught by the tight end Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 2nd down now, Blunt, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
What's up, man?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll look to throw again. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. Touchdown, Eagles! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Ryan. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On third down, Ryan. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. .47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the offense will Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Curtis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Curtis. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw on second, McNabb. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. After the interception, here's Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw again on second down. Ryan caught by Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards the pick up there. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Over the middle, complete. That's done. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Got his man complete over the middle. It's done. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Ryan. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Ryan. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be at the end of this play on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They give it to Anderson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ryan. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Ryan. And he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They all understand that even after that loss on first down, they've got a field goal attempt in their back pocket. But here on second and goal, this is the time you take your shot at the end zone, I believe. Go ahead and go for the big shot right now, knowing you can always come back and kick a field goal on fourth down if you can't advance.
Falcons have once again taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for two. To throw for it is Ryan. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And 3 interceptions and a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 10th carry now for McCoy.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability and a sack resulted.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. McNabb to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes, because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Yeah, here's a throw. It's complete. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. To throw again is Ryan. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defense...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, McNabb. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now back to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Getting the call is Anderson running left. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Here's Ryan to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know, this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, it's McNabb. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On third down, here's McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down.
They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. The open man is Westbrook. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. On second down, it's McCoy. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now McNabb. He finds his man, complete. That's Curtis.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, here's McNabb. And he's got the hook up to Macklin. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Here's McNabb. Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Out of the gun, McNabb. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Macklin. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now it's McNabb. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. McNabb. Flush to his right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. So Ryan and the Falcons down 24-21, a minute 50 to play. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here first and 10. Now Ryan. Throw caught there by Crumpler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Ryan to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's done. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now it's the Eagles' turn, trailing by 4, 26 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Curtis. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they take a knee. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.